I will be reading from the book The Way of the Seal by Mark Divine. SEAL trainers often say, pain is weakness leaving the body. This encouraging metaphor describes a fascinating alchemy, the transmutation of training-induced pain into confidence when performing, whether on the battlefield, playing field, or in life. Another famous saying in the teams, used when the going gets tough, is, suck it up. So as I did during Hell Week, you can embrace the struggle of temporary pain to develop a can-do attitude and lean into any hard task without wavering or whining. You don't have to be a Superman or a Superwoman. You just have to endure pain better than the average man or woman. Whether we're talking about mental or physical effort, the first step to embracing the struggle is to step up and face your fear of suffering. We all share this fear, which stems from the deep-rooted need for certainty and security. Pain is your body's way of telling you that security is threatened because something is out of whack. However, when you consistently experience the personal growth that occurs from deliberately putting yourself out of balance, such as with hard workouts, you begin to embrace that temporary pain for the reward it brings. The fear recedes into oblivion as you embrace the struggle. Each time the instructors at Buds pushed me beyond where I thought I could go, the pain at first caused a sensation of fear, which I transformed into focused determination. After my mind and body regained balance, the experience made me stronger and wiser. There was nothing to fear from the pain, but the fear itself. This happened repeatedly during my time in the SEALs, and it has become a habit since. It is important to understand the difference between good pain and bad pain, so that you'll know when to push through and when to dial it down. One of my mentors, Tim Miller, likes to call good pain integrating pain and bad pain disintegrating pain. Good pain, whether physical or emotional, is associated with growth and makes you stronger. Think of exercise-induced pain, for instance, or the pain of making the kind of hard choices necessary for maintaining front-sight focus on your goals. Bad pain, on the other hand, is the kind that hurts your physical or emotionally and is associated with injury or regret, things that stop you in your tracks or hold you back. The fact is, we tend to avoid pain in all its forms, whether good or bad. I encourage you to continue avoiding disintegrated pain. However, integrating pain is good for you. You must learn to lean into it. In reality, the depth and duration of integrating pain can be mentally controlled. By acknowledging the value you get from integrating pain and embracing it for this value over the long term, you will find the process becoming easier until you eventually enjoy the pain for the type of person it is forging you into. If you dwell on the pain itself, it gets more intense, lasts longer, and can cause you to quit and avoid it in the future. The secret is to acknowledge the pain and then immediately focus on something else, such as the positive benefits it brings. The pain will quickly diminish in volume and duration, freeing you to continue growing into the person and the life you most desire. Focus on the positive. One simple technique for embracing the struggle of any painful situation is to change your state of immediately focusing on something else that is positive, and then smiling or even laughing. This worked wonders during SEAL training. Some of my funniest and fondest memories are of the most difficult events, because I put on a happy face and found humor in some oddity of the moment. The pain disappeared, replaced by growing confidence and courage. On Thursday of Hell Week, for example, one of the instructors caught me joking with another student. He took it upon himself to try to break me then and there. "Divine, get your butt over here," he barked, his look enough to cool the waters of Waikiki. I made my way over to Instructor Evil and stood at attention, awaiting my sentencing. "I'm going to make you quit, and I ain't going to leave until you do," he said with a matter-of-fact smile. I smiled back at him, which he definitely didn't like. He smiled wider. "Let's start with 1,000 8-count bodybuilders." Okay, I thought, time to dig deep. He'll have to kill me to get me to quit. So I'd better pass out doing these builders before I die. I dug into the exercise, a full body movement where you squat down and jump to a plank position, then hop your legs out, wide and back, finally jumping forward to come to a standing position, counting each 8 steps and the repetition of numbers. After 50 reps, I was already smoked. I've been awake and training around the clock since Sunday afternoon, nearly 5 days straight. By the time I got to 400, I was numb, but still moving. At 700, I was physically and mentally done. Just like during my black belt test, I realized I needed to tap into my special weapons and get beyond the physical. In this case, I needed to find some humor in the moment, to turn it positive, quick. So I just started laughing, as if I'd heard the funniest joke ever. Instructor Evil turned his attention back to me and looked at me with an odd face. I kept moving and kept laughing, pretending I was in my own comedy show. Soon, I was feeling 100% better, as if bolts of energy were flowing through me. I looked Instructor Evil in the eye and said, "Easy day. This is fun." He smiled at me genuinely this time and said, "Get back with your class, Divine. Nice job." I realized later that showing inner strength was the whole point of this drill. He recognized me as one of the stronger officers in the class, but needed to see if I could handle his singling me out for the equivalent of 1,000 burpees, especially when I thought there'd be more to come after I was finished. When he saw I was able to find my happy place and use humor to embrace the struggle, he gave me my get out of jail free card. Take a moment to discuss what it means to embrace the struggle. Also, why it is important to have a can-do, get-to attitude.